Hey, I'm Joel with Power Stance Import Export, and thanks for checking this video out. It is for an eBay listing, but if you happen to stumble across it through a random YouTube search or a suggestion, and you have any questions about these vehicles, please give me a call at the number listed above. You can speak to me directly, or you can find us online, Facebook, Instagram, this YouTube channel, or even the eBay store at Power Stance Import Export. Also, please like and subscribe to the video. We've always got new inventory coming in, which means new videos. So if you've ever wanted to own a Land Rover Defender or anything 4x4 diesel that you can't get here in the United States, that's what we specialize in. We are a licensed used car dealer located right here in Oxford, Michigan. Hello folks, I've got a lovely 1998 Land Rover Defender 90 up for sale today. This is in Bonatti Gray. It has the 300 TDI turbo diesel and it is a UK import, so it is right-hand drive. It has been legally imported. It's now located here in Michigan and comes with a clean, clear Michigan title. So let me walk you around the vehicle. I'll show you the inside, outside, underside, and we'll go for a test ride. Now, as you can see, the exterior is in gorgeous glossy shape. Only very minor nicks and scratches. A tiny little bit of corrosion there at the cab corners. And it looks like there is a paint repair there from a tree branch or something. But other than that, the exterior is very mint, very beautiful. I'd say this paint job is probably 5 or 6 years old. You can see in some areas where the paint has maybe chipped away a tiny bit there around the windscreen seal. So not a perfect paint job, but pretty near perfect. Okay, so the best part of this vehicle, I think, and you don't see these very often, are these Puma doors, okay? These are not welded. These are stamped metal. You can tell by the rounded corners. Okay, and these doors are in perfect shape, and they're gonna cost you close to $3,000 for a set of doors. So that is a huge upgrade. Doors are all in perfect shape. Bulkhead corners, all great as well. No chips or cracks in the windscreen. We do have a gorgeous full-length roof rack with a light bar as well. Snow cowl. Nice set of Defender Boost alloys that have been painted black, and a decent set of 235/85 General Grabber all-terrains. Now up front here, we do have a beautiful winch bumper, totally aftermarket obviously, and a nice looking Samurai Warrior winch. Okay, it does have a cover on it, but I took the cover off for the video, but it has a nice little neoprene cover to go over it, keep it all watertight. Under the bonnet here, this is the 300 TDI turbo diesel. All right, tiny little bit of moisture here on the side of the engine block, so intake gasket might need to be replaced in a little bit, but those are pretty simple to do. There's the back side of the bulkhead, or the front side, whatever you want to call it. Footwells look to be in pretty good shape, and there's the bottom right there, pretty decent. There's a look at your front outriggers while we're down here as well. All right, continuing on here in the engine, coolant hoses all look good, intercooler hoses look good. There's your injection pump, and all these little green lines here. There's a little manifold right there. These are all breather tubes, and they all go from your timing belt cover, your axles, center diff, and they all meet up here. And they go to the top of the snorkel. So super watertight vehicle. This is made for wading. What else we got here under the bonnet? Master cylinders look good. Driver's side footwells, injection pump, fuel filter. Pretty standard looking 300 TDI, very clean looking engine. Cylinder head looks good, engine block looks good. I don't see any fuel leaking. I don't see any oil dripping down the side of the motor. So that is good. All right, bonnet is in great shape as well. Beautiful glossy paint. There's a little tiny bit of a metallic flake in this paint, and it looks great. Wheel arches painted to match the body. And again, the doors are all in gorgeous shape. You don't really see these doors very often, and they do shut nice and solid, nice and square. Rear sliding windows in the back. And up front here, we do have a nice set of Exmoor trim vinyl seat covers. There's a little CB radio for chit-chatting on the road. It does have a sunroof. Dome light is working as well, and this is a nice aftermarket velvet headliner, gray velvet. Okay, and we do have 115,000 miles on the clock, and a nice center console here for your light switches, AM FM radio, CD player. And let's take a look in the back here. We do have a ladder that goes up to the top to your roof rack. Rear cross member is in great shape. And let's take a look at the back side of the rear cross member. So this has been welded. A new one has been installed. So rear cross member has been replaced and it's in pretty decent shape. And in the back here, nice rubber floor mat and a new set of bench seats. All right, so let's go ahead and start it up. And also the rear door as well, Puma door. Beautiful, rust-free, gorgeous looking door. Full-size spare tire mounted on the back as well. Capping's all in great shape. All right, now this does have an immobilizer. So it's got this little thing that you just kind of touch right here. And now we can start it. So glow plug light comes on and off. Gauge is all working. Again, 115,000 miles on the clock. Very smooth running engine. This is not vibrating at all. Very responsive. Pretty decent looking oil, no blow by. Back pressure, just a little bit of vibration there. And no smoke out of the tailpipe. Okay, here, so in the rear of the vehicle, we do have disc brakes on the rear on the 300 TDI axle. And these are replacement shocks and springs. They are yellow, so could be Old Man Emu. Not quite sure, I don't see the label on there. But there's your rear muffler. That's in pretty decent shape, a little bit of surface rust there. So not brand new, but is functional. Again, there's your rear cross member. Really good shape. Rear axle, that looks like a newer A-frame ball joint. So that's in good shape. There's your breather tube that goes from the rear axle all the way up front to the snorkel. Rear axle looking good. And same thing on the driver's side. Dust covers in place on the rotors. Calipers look good. Shocks and springs all look good. Okay, here we are on the driver's side. There's a good look at the front of the rear axle. I don't see anything dripping out of the pinion seal. So that's nice and tidy. Bushings on the rear control arms look good. No dry rotting or cracking. They look fairly new, actually. Not brand new, but they look pretty decent. There's the bottom of the chassis. All good. There is your fuel tank as well. That looks actually perfect. Middle outrigger. And then there's your muffler and center differential. And bottom of the motor and the bell housing. All right, and here we are on the passenger side. Looks like a tiny patch right there on the bottom of the chassis. So that's about it so far that I've seen for patches and repairs on the chassis. A very minor repair done on this. The rest of it looks pretty decent. There's your front outriggers. Great shape. Front bushings for the control arms. Bottom of the motor, front axle. All right, up here at the front, I see a nice shiny new swivel seal. Shocks and springs. Again, they're all yellow, so these could be Old Man Emu, which is a really good brand. There's your drop arm. Steering drop arm looks good. The ball joint there. Bottom of the motor, that looks nice and dry. No oil dripping down the oil pan. Nice looking downpipe. and shocks and springs on the passenger side as well. So there's not a new swivel on the passenger side, and it does look pretty dry as well. There's a little bit of buildup there, but I don't see anything dripping. So passenger side swivel is decent. Tie rod end boots look good. And here's the front of the chassis. And dumb irons, and then there's your chassis stamp right there. All looking pretty tidy. All right, folks, so let's take it for a spin down the road. I'll show you the gear changes, acceleration, braking, and all that good stuff. And while we're waiting for traffic to clear here, something I really like about this vehicle is, well, traffic is cleared, so anyways, let's get going. It runs and drives fantastic. That's what I like about it. So there's second gear, third gear, and that's 40 miles an hour, fifth gear, or fourth gear there, 45 to 50. And it's decently quiet in here. I don't hear a lot of wind noise at all, just a little bit of engine noise. Tires aren't loud at all either. We're cruising here at 55 miles an hour in fifth gear. No problem. Alright, so we'll get on the brakes here. And nice and smooth. And turn into this driveway right here. No pulling, no squeaking, no vibrations at all. Brakes are good. Steering is nice and tight. I don't feel any kind of slop in the steering wheel. Let's pull through the old car wash here. Construction. Let's build America. Yeah. That's my neighbor's car wash. I go there. Okay, so let's go through the gears one more time. First gear, second gear. No clunking in the gear changes. We're dropping the clutch